Hi, this is Mindy Fiscus, Digital Access Coordinator with the Learning Technology Center of Illinois, here with a continued demo of filing a 471 for funding year and fiscal year 2019-20. In our previous video, we went ahead and added a funding request for new service for internet access for the year. And in this video, we're going to add an FRN for transport. And it's a service that is currently under contract. So we're going to copy and paste an FRN from the previous year. In order to do that, we may need a copy of last year's 471. So I'm going to click on the page from the landing page. I'm going to come down here to the very bottom where I've done a search for 471 of 2018. By clicking on that number, I can scroll down here to the bottom and get a PDF version of last year's 471. I'm going to need this to indicate which FRN I need for my system. So I'm going to scroll here down the page here till I see funding request number that is the one that I want. And I'm going to copy this number here, which is the funding request number from last year's form, in order to complete my 471. So I'm going to click back here into my system, and we're going to click the blue button to add FRN. And it says, what do you want to nickname this? I'm going to call it Transport or District. And it says, is this a funding request from a previous year? I'm going to click yes on that. And it says, enter the FRN number from the previous year. Again, that's the one I copied off the previous year. And I'm going to click the blue button that says Copy FRN. Should take me to another page and verify the information. Again, I need to enter the FRN number once again here on the right. It's now going to search the system and find the right FRN number. Clicking the box in front selects that appropriate FRN. And when I say continue, it warns me that it's going to take a minute to copy the information from last year's form into this one. This is a handy feature that will allow you to copy information over. However, you'll see within the rest of the demo, we are going to go through and verify all of the information, both in the FRN and the line item. Clicking refresh will allow me to see if it's been copied. And when I say continue, I should now be back in the FRN page with all of the information listed. So again, this is what I filled out before. Let's click continue and make sure all of that information transferred properly. It is a contract, so that is correct. It does list the Metro contract for this district. It lists the award date of the contract. Please note this is an ongoing contract that was awarded in 2014, so it's a long-term contract. It wants to know the service start date for this funding year. So this funding year begins on 7/1 of 2019. So that would be correct for any contract, 7/1 of 2019. Over here on the end, it wants to know when that contract expires. In this case, it is going to be 6/30 of 2020. So it does end at the end of this year. This is the last year for this contract. If you are copying something over and it is a multi-year contract, that end date could be 2021, 2024. Please do look on your contract and see when that ends. Down here, clicking continue to the next page. We'll gather over the information from the previous years. It did not contain a build of special construction or maintenance contract. So we're going to move forward one more time. And this is the narrative that was brought over from last year. Please do note in the narrative, if there are any changes that need to be made, you can make those. You can also add any special instructions for your PIA reviewer here. Clicking save and continue will take us one more page back to seeing our FRN charge. So this is the one that we entered on our previous demo. One FRN there with the line items for the internet access, and this one is the transport. We did just take a look at everything that was in the FRN itself to verify the numbers that we're getting over here in the calculation. By the way, these are after the discount amount, so that's the E-rate portion. We can click on the line item number itself, or the FRN number itself, to get to the line items. And then the line item will be listed as 0.001 in the chart. Again, click that number to see those pages of information. This is a data connection to a regional network, so that is here. It is fiber, and we did choose Ethernet, which allows us on the next page to dictate the speed for the system. Again, this says 100 megabits of bandwidth. We did increase this amount to 300, so I can make that change there. The transport was increased to match the internet access service we're receiving from the state network. So again, I can have the change there to 300, and on the next page, I can adjust the monthly cost. On the next page, I will answer these questions. It wants to know, is this a direct connection to a single school? It is not. It's for both buildings in the district. Is it a wide area network connection between buildings? Again, it is not. These two buildings are connected by fiber internally, owned by the district. And this says, does it include firewall service? And the answer here again is no. This is the service that is included with it. Firewall service is included within internet. Most of us have firewall service that is provided by an outside source or a individual appliance within the district. I'm going to click continue. And this brings us to our dollar amount page. The monthly reoccurring cost is here. I'm going to go ahead and make the change here. It is actually $1,800. Now that we have increased to that 300 megabits, a small cost increased, but a large bandwidth increase for this district. It will adjust all the numbers. You do have 0 here for reoccurring costs or ineligible costs. Everything is eligible here on this transport connection. Notice over here on the right, we do have zeros in the one-time costs in order to get it to calculate appropriately here below to the $21,600. Clicking Save and Continue will take us to the next page where we indicate which buildings it is for. It is for both buildings in the district, so that is correct. So far, everything populated over correctly in our copy. This again is our line item information. We're going to click Continue to take us back to the overall FRN chart, and you'll see here the $17,280 is reflected here. That is the 80% that USAC will pay for this particular district. So now we've had a demo of entering new service and a demo for entering continued copied FRN service from a previous year. Please look for the next demo if you are a school district that is putting in for state match or fiber build, and there should be another video file in our files for that. Thanks for joining us today.